Hey everybody, how y'all doing out there? So welcome here to the Clubhouse of the Bikers of Ill Repute. Once again, everybody's home, or well, Keaton's out there mowing the grounds, and I'm here alone. And tonight, I already poured this. I'm sorry, I tried to do a video 5 minutes ago and I screwed it all up, but I'm drinking Guinness Blonde. Told you I'd find Guinness somewhere. So we're drinking some Guinness Blonde tonight. It's a little bit darker than most of the beer I drink. I drink light beers, literally light beers. I like them. That's what I like. I'm sorry. You know, I don't know, maybe I've mentioned this before, but back in the colonial days, even the children drank beer. And, but it was like, 1% alcohol or something like that. It was very low alcohol. As low as they could make at that time. But that's what even the kids drank. Yeah, we didn't have an obesity problem then either, so figure it out now. Last time I was mentioning how the weather's weird, and it's been raining so much lately. This last week was no exception. Little town about 6 miles down, West Lafayette. The locals call it West Lafayette. It rained Monday and Tuesday. The banks of the Tuscarawas River overflowed, hit a piece of town that in recorded history has never flooded before. It probably hit, I don't know, 100, 200 houses, somewhere in between there, I'd say. It hit their new high school. They just put a brand new floor down in the gymnasium. Spent big bucks, total, just total. It's something else. Nobody had flood insurance in the area because they've never known it to ever flood. Yet Newcomerstown, a little over 100 years ago, flooded pretty bad. We didn't have any problem. We had a couple of streets with a little standing water in them. We had a couple of store parking lots that are low-lying, and they got full of water. But that was about it. Nothing big, no big deal here. Everything drained away and did just fine. We're right beside the same river. But yeah, 6 miles down the road, man, just totaled one part of that little town there. Not the whole town, but a part of it. And it was a really nice part with a lot of really nice homes and stuff. Just sad. But the rain isn't the only strange thing. Over in Cleveland, just off the Lake Erie coast of Cleveland, in Lake Erie itself, I believe the first one there was an earthquake, 4.2 on a Richter scale, in the lake. Can you believe that? They even had some waves and stuff. I mean, it wasn't like tsunami, but some damage was done. And then a day or 2 days later, something like that, I believe it was last Tuesday, they had another earthquake, but it was right in downtown Cleveland. That was where the epicenter was. And then they turned around and said, I have a lot of trouble believing this, but they said it was because there's too much water in the lake and it's too heavy, and the ground shifted. And that is, I suppose it's possible, but that sounds like sort of a, I don't know, it doesn't sound just right. But I don't know, man. There's been a lot of rain. I can say that. There's been a lot of rain over, like I said the last time, the last 10 years, it's just raining too much. It seems like every year it's more. This year's been no exception. Another thing I like to talk about, way off topic, but another thing is I don't go looking for political stuff on TV. I don't even own a TV. I don't look for political stuff on YouTube or anything like that. But John watches a lot of it and stuff. Sometimes he leaves and lets the YouTube run, and I'll sit down and just watch whatever comes on. And I saw twice where, what you and I'd probably call libtards was talking, and they were like speakers speaking in front of big crowds of people. And 2 different times I heard them say that behind every successful man, is a woman. And that's how they said it. And I'm like, man, what the hell's wrong with you? Behind every successful man is a woman is not a true thing at all. But the saying goes, behind every successful man is a good woman. It's really weird how they twist things. It really is. But I'm not even going to get into it. It's not political. I don't know what it is. I'm sure that I'm politically incorrect, though, by even bringing it up. So you know what? You draw your conclusions about what I was about to say, because I'm just not even going to say it. Behind every successful man is a good woman, is the saying, not just a woman. I didn't get to go fishing at all this past week. And really, the main reason is because I can't find anybody that wants to go fishing with me. I know a few people that like to go fishing, and a lot of them have actually volunteered to be my fishing partner or go fishing with me at some point. But when it comes right down to it, I guess maybe I don't give them enough notice, because I'm like, hey, later today I'd like to go fishing. And they're all like, well, I have to do this today, or well, I got to do that today. You know, I need to plan things out like a week or 2 in advance or something, and I hate doing that. I like to live kind of on the spur, you know, and feel like going fishing, just go fishing. You know, I don't know next week, I may not want to. I might want to take a motorcycle ride instead. So I like to leave it open. Don't make plans way out in advance. But it hurts me sometimes. Like this past week, I really wanted to go fishing twice over the last week, and I couldn't find anybody to go with me. And I don't like to go fishing, especially on the boat. I don't like to go by myself. It's just not as fun. I don't know. I like to have somebody there, even if we're not talking or anything. We're just wetting the line, being quiet, or listening to music, or just not any noise at all, you know. I just like to have somebody with me. It's kind of like riding a motorcycle. I really, you know, I'm not the lone wolf. I really like to have someone else riding the motorcycles with me, you know. But I do it by myself a lot. But I don't go fishing by myself a lot. I almost always have somebody with me. Keaton doesn't like to fish. John don't like to fish. And so, you know, those are the 2 people that I see the most and interact with the most. And so, yeah, it sucks in a way. But, yeah, I've been wanting to do fishing. I wanted to start a whole nother channel with just fishing videos. You know, I wasn't going to bother you people with all of them. I was just going to kind of show you the better or the little highlights or whatever, maybe. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, because no. Anybody out there watching that's local, like to go fishing, want to go out in a boat with me and have a little fun, let me know, because I need a fishing partner. Yeah. Got a lot of videos coming up. They haven't all been rendered or anything, but they've all been recorded. I don't want to inundate you with, you know, 6 or 7 videos in a day, but over the last weekend, this past weekend, we did a lot of stuff, and I taped most of it, or a lot of it anyway. One thing we did was we planted some roll-on grass on John's front yard. That grass that comes in like a roll of carpet, you just roll it out and let her down. We did that. Did a little video on that. Went to Cy Young Days, had a Italian sausage, and did a little video on that. Did some plumbing at the clubhouse. That was actually done today, where it's not the water pipes, but it's the drain pipes, the wastewater pipes in his house. We're done in all different types, you know. I mean, you might have like 4-inch pipe. You may have a 40-foot long run of 4-inch pipe, but it's 4 different freaking wall diameters, 4 different kinds of pipe. it was just pieced together, thrown together, done well on a really tight budget, I would say. And we've been slowly replacing it with some half decent pipe, actually, some pretty good stuff. But since we've been fixing it up, making it better, we've had nothing but problems because the old stuff keeps wanting to bust behind it. It's not as rigid, and apparently at some point it needed that flexibility, and now things are starting to break. And so that was one of the things, and we'll have another one coming up because we found another problem. As soon as we fixed that one, we were testing that, and we found another problem with it. And it looks like eventually I am going to probably be replacing all the drainage in this whole house, all the wastewater pipes in this whole freaking clubhouse. If not, it's going to be close to that, I think. What else do I want to tell you about? Oh, don't forget to go to Muslim Mike's channel every Tuesday. He has the video up. Don't forget the September meeting at Chuck's. It's on the 3rd week of September. It's at Chuck's house. A suburban writer. Look him up on the internet if you don't know who he is. John and I will be there. Keaton is going. Muslim Mike's going. And I believe Dante Fox is going too. I don't know who all else is coming. Usually some other people come. Normally we see G9 and his lovely wife. Then let's see, who else? We're hoping Navy Thomas comes, but I don't know. He's got that BMW and he's kind of far away. So I don't know about that. But yeah, that's the big meetup this year for us older bikers, anyways. Us older fellas. The young people, they are having meetups all over all the time, you know. But we have one big one a year, and that's the one this year. You meet all your favorite motovlogging personalities, plus some other people like me and John Keaton. But yeah, that'll be awesome. I hope that Keaton mowing the yard out there isn't too noisy and overriding the sound. I'm sorry if it is. Maybe I'll shoot this again, give me another reason to have yet another beer. The first video I tried, I only got about 3 or 4 minutes into the video. I spilt beer all over it foamed up. Actually, this bottle here, foamed up, foamed over, and got all over the place. And I'm like, I gotta clean that. So I started all over again. I didn't lose much beer, just, you know, did kind of make a mess. Is that good beer? Yes, it is. Guinness Blonde, pretty good beer. But I gotta tell you, in my opinion, it's not as good as Yuengling Light. Yuengling's the best beer in the world. I still think so. I've had a lot of different beers, and I really like Yuengling, but I can guarantee you that if you're a big connoisseur of beers, you're probably not going to like it. I'm not a beer tasting expert. I like a really light beer, and you know, maybe it's not the beer part that I like. Maybe it's the water that I like. I don't know, but you know, that's what I like. I like a real light beer, and usually the lighter color it is, the more I like it. But, you know, we all have different tastes. Guinness is a little bit dark for me. It's a little bit of a dark beer. I prefer something almost water, I guess. Yeah, you can call me whatever names you want and laugh at me, but that's how I am. Yeah. I like expensive beer. I like cheap beer. I like every kind of beer except for I do not like Old Milwaukee. It literally makes me sick. I don't know why it does. It doesn't really taste bad to me, but every time I have one, and I've had several, every time I have one I get sick and I will throw up. Yeah, it's weird. Milwaukee's Best is another one that just doesn't make me throw up, but it makes me not feel well. Yeah. I don't know why. Never, and then oh boy, I can't talk, I must be drunk. There isn't any other beer that I've ever tried that made me sick. Those do. I don't know. Let's have one more smoke and finish this up. So, yeah. Well, now I'm out of topics. Don't got much to tell you about. He's getting closer and closer to the house with every pass. Lawnmower's getting louder and louder, and I'm figuring it's going to probably be louder than me pretty soon. Mowers he using? Oh, it looked like he's using John's old lawnmower. John bought a new lawnmower this year and left his old one here. My lawnmower, it's a weed eater lawnmower. Weed eater brand. Got a Briggs & Stratton on it. This is a regular old lawnmower. Only it's a much better push mower than any other push mower I've ever had. I was mad when I had to buy it because I needed a push mower really bad. And at that time, what I was looking for was one of those real narrow, like only a foot or so across, real little thing. That's what I wanted. Why? I guess I'm stupid, but that's what I wanted. I went all around looking for them, and I could not find one anywhere. There was a lot of different stores that had them. They were sold out. So I thought, well, if I can't get that, I'm getting the cheapest thing I can find. I thought I'll buy a $100 lawnmower. At that time, you could find a lawnmower for $80. I don't know if you can anymore, probably not. But I went to 3 or 4 different stores then looking for a cheap lawnmower, something $100 or less. And every one of those were sold out. I'm like, oh. So I looked into electric lawnmowers, and they were too expensive, and they didn't have long enough battery life to cut what I needed to cut, so that was out. And then I'm like, well, I give up. I'm just going to have to spend money. I didn't want to. Don't really have it, you know, but I'm going to do it. And at that time, I was standing in, I believe it was the Tractor Supply store in Cambridge. I'm like, I'm just going to buy whatever the cheapest thing they have in here is. And it was like $300 for a push mower. I'm like, $300 for a freaking push mower. There's nothing special about it. It's got like a 32-inch cut or something, but other than that, there's nothing. It's a big Briggs & Stratton. It's heavy. It's a little bit cumbersome to push around. I was pissed. But I knew I'd looked around in a bunch of other stores and really didn't find anything a whole lot better. So I bought the thing. Son, that's been at least 5 years ago, and I think it's probably been 6 or 7 years ago, but it's been at least 5 years ago, and that lawnmower still runs. As a matter of fact, the only problem with it now is that the wheels are going like this. And it's not like most push mowers you buy, the wheels go like this because they're attached to the case of it, or whatever you call it, the body of it, and it's made out of such thin metal that the metal is bending. And that's not what happened to this one. This one, actually, the wheels are worn out. The wheels are actually worn out on it to where they're loose on the axles now. That is how many miles that thing's got on it. It's mowed all kinds of places. It's mowed, you know, when I bought it, I lived out in the country. I had a lot of land. We mowed. I took it to Caldwell. We lived at Caldwell. We mowed that. I brought it here. We've mowed here for I don't know how long. Plus, you know, I brought it here every now and then to mow when I was living elsewhere. So, I mean, it's got a lot of miles on it. Yet, the only thing that's wrong with it is the plastic wheels are worn completely out. They no longer fit on the shafts right, and So I just need to find some wheels, put some new wheels on it, and probably, by the way it looks, get another 2 or 3 years out of it, probably pretty easy. It's big and cumbersome, but it's big and cumbersome. A lot of that is because it's heavy, because it's made out of good metal. Nice and thick enough to last for a long time. And so yeah, if that's what you're looking at, if that's what you want in a lawnmower, go to Tractor Supply. I don't know if they still sell them or not, but anyway, look for a weed eater. Weed eater lawnmower. They are awesome. I'd show it to you and do a review someday. Maybe I'll do that when I go to put wheels on it. I'll have to measure it up, make sure they fit right and all that. I got more beer to drink, but I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me drink it all. So we'll see you again next week, and thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to subscribe and click that darn little bell so you know when I come up with more videos for you. This last week I did at least a video every day, and yeah, you know, they ain't the best videos in the world. I'm not NBC or CBS, but I won't lie to you. Alright, so I may make some far-fetched stories up though, but you'll know. It's all in good fun.